Good morning, children. So this is your social class. We are going to see second lesson, geography, weather and climate. Weather and climate. As we all know, weather is changing, right? Okay. Yes, this is the picture you have in the book. And the learning objectives are to understand the importance of weather and climate. So we are going to understand the importance of weather and climate in this lesson, and to learn about the nature of the elements of weather and climate. So what is the nature and elements of weather and climate we are going to learn, and the instruments used for measuring weather elements. So what are the instruments we are using to measure the weather elements, okay? And to be able to recognize the kind of weather and climate of a place. So these are all the objectives of this lesson, what we are going to learn. Got it? Okay. Introduction. Climate is one of the basic elements in the natural environment. We all know, right? Climate is one of the very, very basic element in our natural environment. It affects what else it's affecting? Landforms, soil types, fauna and flora. Okay, it influences man to a large extent. Okay, so flora and fauna, or fauna and flora is nothing but it's animals and plants. Fauna means animal and flora means plants. Okay, next. They have given a small example to understand what is weather and climate here. We'll see what is this example is of. In a small village in Dharmapuri district, Tamil Nadu. Okay, Dharmapuri district is in Tamil Nadu, isn't it? Okay, in the month of May, Yukta enjoys her vacation with her brother and family. So Yukta is a girl's name. She is in vacation in the month of May. Okay, and where she is staying? She is staying in Dharmapuri district, Tamil Nadu, in a small village. She is enjoying her vacation with her family and brother. She always wears cotton cloths. What do we wear during summer? Cotton cloths, isn't it? Because it's very hot during that time and we'll be getting more sweatings also. So we wear what? Cloth, cotton cloth. Her mother makes food like porridge, buttermilk, lemonade, watermelon, etc., which suits to summer. So Yukta's mother is making food according to the weather. What are the foods? Porridge, buttermilk, lemonade, watermelon, etc. At the same time, in the month of May, the same month, Tia, who lives in Auckland, New Zealand. So Tia is another girl here. She lives in Auckland, which is in New Zealand. Okay, with her father and mother, she wears fleece jacket, jeans, gloves, and socks. Her mother makes hot food like sandwich, salmon, oatmeal, soup, etc. So according to the weather where she lives, her mother is preparing food like hot food, whereas Yukta's mother is making cold food, cold one, that is porridge, buttermilk, lemon, whereas Tia's mother is making what? Sandwich, salmon, oatmeal, soup, etc. Okay, and Yukta celebrates Christmas with friends in winter, whereas Tia celebrates Christmas during summer. Can you think of why? Because they both live in a different hemisphere. That is what we are going to see in the next slide. Yes, Yukta and Tia stay in two different hemispheres and have different way of life. This is because of the difference in weather condition of those places. We'll see what it is. See, this is a small picture example which represents northern hemisphere and southern hemisphere. So northern hemisphere, southern hemisphere. So this is two kinds of hemisphere which divides the earth. Yes, we'll see what is weather now. Weather and climate influence man's activities like what we eat, what we wear, the house in which we live and work, farming, sailing, fishing, modern transport, and even our playtime, etc. Weather and climate is influencing our activities. What are the activities? What we eat, it depends upon the climate and weather. What we wear, what kind of clothes we wear, that depends upon the climate and weather. The house in which we live, okay, and the work, farming, sailing, fishing, and modern transportation, and what time we play also depends upon what? Weather and climate. Hence, one should have knowledge about the weather and climate. See, so one should have knowledge about weather and climate. So in this chapter we are going to learn about weather and climate, its elements, and how they influence our lifestyle. Next, we'll see what is weather. So weather is the day-to-day conditions or state of atmosphere at any place as regards sunshine, temperature, cloud cover, wind fog condition, air pressure, humidity, precipitation, and such other elements. So these are the elements of weather. Okay, very simple. Weather is the day-to-day condition. So day-to-day weather is getting changed in our atmosphere. How it is changing and what are the elements? Elements are what? Sunshine, temperature, cloud cover, wind fog condition, air pressure, humidity, precipitation, and other elements. It refers to short period like a day, a week, a month, or a little longer, and as such the weather changes from time to time in a day and one period to the other in an year. So weather is a short period. Weather refers to what period? Short period. Like what? A day, a week, a month, or a little longer. Okay, fine. In the morning, the weather might be sunny with a clear sky in a place, and evening there might be clouds and rain. Sometimes we would say, today climate is very hot. So that is not the way of telling. Today weather is very hot, because weather keeps changing, whereas climate doesn't change. Okay, in the morning it may be sunny and clear sky. Okay, but in the evening it might be very cloudy and rainy. Okay, similarly the weather is cool in winter and hot in summer. Understood? Yes, weather is what? It is day-to-day condition and it refers to short period. Okay, weather keeps changing day by day or week or month, etc. We often hear people saying today the climate is good or bad. It is incorrect to say like that. Instead, it has to be said that the weather is good or bad. We should not use climate, whereas we should use what? Weather. We could observe the television whenever we watch the television during rainy season. Okay, they say that weather report, not climate report, isn't it? Yes, we would observe the television news readers saying weather report and not the climate report. For example, cricket match have been postponed due to bad weather, etc. Isn't it? Because of weather condition only they will say, not climate condition. Got it? Yes. Now we'll see what is climate. Climate is generally defined as the average condition of a state of the weather of a place or region. Okay, whereas in weather we saw what? In weather is the day-to-day condition we saw, whereas in climate we are seeing what? It is average condition. That is day-to-day condition. Here it is average condition. Got it? The average atmospheric conditions are determined by measuring the weather elements for a long period of time, which is usually of 35 years. Okay, how many years? 35 years. Weather keeps changing day by day, whereas climate doesn't change day by day. It stays for long period. In weather it is short period, and climate is what? Long period. It takes usually for how many years? 35 years. The elements of weather and climate are the same. The elements of weather and climate are the same. What are the elements we saw? We saw wind, fog, conditions, temperature, cloud cover, okay, humidity, precipitation. Same applies to climate also. Climate does not change often like weather. It's very clear here, isn't it? Weather keeps changing, whereas climate does not change. The word climate is derived from ancient Greek word klimo, which means inclination. Ancient Greek word klimo, which means what? Inclination. So climate is derived from the ancient Greek word klimo, which means inclination. So this is the picture of a globe. You would have studied what is inclination in your lower classes. What is inclination? The earth is inclined for about 23.5 degree angle. Do you remember it? Yes. So here you can see globe has been inclined. See, from here where I am showing the cursor, from here and at the downside here. Okay, inclined. So it is slightly tilted. So that is called what? Inclination. Got it? Okay, next. Next, we are going to see controlling factors of weather and climate. We will see what all the factors which controls weather and climate. See, angles of the sun's rays, the length of daytime, altitude, distribution of land and water bodies, location, direction of mountain ranges, air pressure, winds and ocean currents are the major factors which affect the weather and climate of a region. So these are some of the factors which is affecting the weather and climate in the region. Yes. We all know Earth is a spherical in shape. The Earth is spherical in shape. So the sun's rays fall unevenly on the Earth's surface. The sun's rays fall unevenly on the Earth's surface. The polar regions receive slanting sun's rays. The polar region receives what sun rays? Slanting sun's rays. Hence, there is little or no sunlight. Thus, there is an extreme cold winter. Okay, in some areas there are little sunlight, whereas in other area it is very cold winter. Vertical sun's rays fall directly on regions around the equator. Hence, the climate is very hot and almost no winter. So, vertical sun's rays are falling directly on regions, okay, around the equatorial side. Hence, the climate is very hot and almost no winter in that area. The difference in temperature makes the air and water move in currents. Warm air rises and creates more space for air beneath, while cool air settles down. So next. Okay, children, we'll just wind up to this. So next class, I'll start from elements of weather and climate. So up to this, just go through it, read and see the lesson, and if you have any other doubt, you can ask me. Thank you, children.